To do my project on Nordic aliens, ancient civilization around the world. I've talked about angelic beings that descended from the sky, sent by God to assist humanity by sharing their wisdom with earthlings. These mythological entities appear to continue their mission to this day, and many believe that they are actually from space and are an extraterrestrial species known as Nordic or Pleiadian race. Although their origin is technically unknown, because it is possible that they told humans that they were from Venus or the Pleiadian star cluster to keep their actual origin a secret. But they did first make contact in the 1950s. They're also known as the Tall Whites or Space Brothers. Some believe they are the angelic beings depicted in many religions and ancient civilizations. They are human in appearance, more so than most extraterrestrial races. They appear almost in Scandinavian descent, with blonde to reddish hair and blue or green eyes. They're anywhere from 5 to 7 feet tall, and some people actually believe they have no irises, so they wear contact lenses when they're on Earth to blend in. The story I'd like to tell is one of a man named George Adamski, Polish-American author, became widely known in ufology and pop culture in the 1950s when he claimed to have photographed spaceships as well as visited with aliens. He claimed to have taken flights to the moon with them and other planets, but many believe that George was simply a con artist. Here are some of the photographs he claimed to have taken of spaceships in the 1950s. He wrote 3 books describing his meetings with Nordic aliens and his travels with them. Flying Saucers Have Landed, co-written by his friend Desmond Leslie in 1953. Inside the Spaceships in 1955, and Flying Saucers Farewell in 1961. The first 2 books were actually both bestsellers. And in 1960, they had sold over 200,000 copies. George wrote his first account in Flying Saucers Have Landed, 1953, with his friend Desmond Leslie. The story goes that George met a Nordic alien named Orthon in 1952 at Desert Center. While his friends watched from a distance, George started a conversation of gestures and telepathy with this being. Later, 2 more Nordics, Firkin and Ramu, met and invited George inside their ships, parked just outside of Los Angeles. Together, they discussed with him topics like universal law and various problems of our planet. And then they showed him their engines and their spaceships, which he wrote about in Inside the Spaceships in 1955. As discussed in the course material, the 1950s were clearly a very active time in ufology. Whether that be because, like Jung thought, and all the UFOs were simply part of the search for wholeness in a tough time, or what, I guess we will never truly know.